One important part in Taekwondo sparring is the ring control. You never want to find yourself in a bad situation where all the time in the corner or you're worse out of bounds so you can lose points. So today we're going to look over both situations. What should you do when you land close to the corner or in the corner, or what can you do when your opponent is there, and what's the best way to press them? Let's check them out. So now, when it comes to the Taekwondo ring, it's pretty much an octagon. So this is how the corner would look. And ring control comes with a lot of spatial awareness. For example, if we spar somewhere there in the middle, where our center of the ring would be, you slowly sometimes end up towards the corner. And spatial awareness means you kind of have to anticipate that, and you kind of have to feel as you go towards the corner, and eventually use angles or deflect your opponent's attacks before you end up in the corner. But either way, you are going to end up against the edges or against the corner, which is fine. The only situation where you can actually spar from the edges or on the corner, it's only if you're a great counter attacker and that's your game plan. But that means you know what you're doing and you are fine with being backed up by your opponent and just counter attack all the time from the edges without getting out, right? Getting out is just gonna deduct points from you, and your opponent is gonna get those extra points. Therefore, let's see what are your options if you are already here in the corner. So we'll have Miss Skyla coming in here. She's gonna help me out explain this a little better. All right, so let's say she's a very aggressive player and she keeps pressing me the whole match or the whole round, and I always end up in the corner. What options do I have if I don't want to get out? Well, the first option is one of the easiest ones. You just have to jump in the clinch. But you are going to have to look for the right moment, because if they kick, right? So Miss Skyla, scoot back a little and attack me. So if they kick, you don't want to jump into the kicks, right? Like, you don't want to take that clinch right there. Another thing they can do is, like, they can anticipate you getting in the clinch. So if I want to get in the clinch, you could kick straight head level. So kick straight head level if I try to jump in the clinch, which is something that you got to look for, and you have to jump at the right time. So if she attacks, then maybe right away I jump right there, and I'm already away from the corner. But even if I would be here, I can stay in, and in case she's trying to, keep in mind that they cannot push you out. If they push you out, they lose 1 point. So they're gonna just try to press you and keep you here, right? And from here, you are gonna have the other option. So the first option would be to clinch in the corner. Second option you have, of course, they attack you, you end up in the corner. Well, you have the option to attack back until you press them all the way and you make them back up. And as soon as you have more space, you can start using your angles and you're out of the corner. The third option would be to switch spots, okay? This is a more skilled one, and you have to kind of be sneaky with it to switch spots, which actually helps you the most, because you would put your opponent in the corner while you get out of the corner. That sounds almost too good to be true. So if they attack you, let's say you find a way to clinch them, I clinch over here. How would I get and switch spots? Well, I have the open side, which is on my right side, so therefore I would use this arm to push her in the corner while I pivot out of the corner. So if we are here, I push her and I pivot out, right? So now she's in the corner and I can take them out, okay? Another way to get out, it's even on the opposite side, which might seem a little harder. So step in again, let's say I jumped in the clinch, and let's get closer to the corner. I'll be right in the corner. This back leg, I could step behind them. So from here, I'll just step and again pivot and push with the outer arm, push them back in the corner. So this is one great way to switch spots and actually take advantage of that. The last option you have when you are about to end up in the corner, and again, this one comes with anticipation and spatial awareness. Like, you know you are heading towards the corner, which means you gotta find the open angle. Open angle means what? If she kicks, depending on where they kick, there's always an open angle. If she would kick with the front leg, I have all this side where I can go out, right? If she would kick with the back leg, I would have the other side where I can get out. Very rarely, they would be able to stop you from both sides, and that will happen if they know how to put a lot of pressure. And we're gonna cover those situations where your opponent is in the corner and you wanna keep them there, all right? But for now, one option you always have to look for is to find an open angle. So let's say we're sparring and I know I'm heading towards the corner, they attack, I just try to find the open angle and get out of the corner even before I land there. Now, we're gonna reverse engineer what we just did, and we're gonna see what can you do against those actions that we just presented. So the guy in the corner is gonna try to apply those on you, and you wanna keep them there, all right? Well, first, when your opponent is in the corner, you have to put pressure gradually, all right? So you should not overcommit to your actions. For example, if you are here and she would try, before they even try to get out the corner, you would just try to press them, to keep moving forward, and she would move backwards normally here, okay? So whenever I press, you start moving backwards. So you press with your position, you press, you can even throw kicks sometimes until they get out, and let's say they got the gamjon there, you just got 1 extra point for that, right? One thing that I want to mention that's very important when it comes to interacting with the referee, the referees are always gonna set you, most of the times are gonna set you back in here, which means the action restarts back in the corner, which is great for you. But sometimes the guy that's getting out is trying to gain more space. So what they're doing, let's say they got out, they get the gamjon, they're losing the point, and they're trying to reset the action somewhere more towards the middle. And the referee is not always paying attention to that, so he's fine with letting you go from here. Well, what you should do if you are the guy that's pressing the guy in the corner, you always set him up. So let's say she got out of the corner, she's getting back in, they got the gamjon there, the referee is there, we're about to start the action. If you are the guy that's pressing, set yourself very close to them again. Do not let them come back towards the center of the ring. Set yourself up here, and it's like, okay, the referee cannot say anything against that, cannot move you, because you just want to restart your action where you got left off, and it was in the corner, all right? So that's very important to know. After you take them out, set yourself as close as possible to the corner so the referee and no one else can move you back towards the middle more, so you just keep going, keep taking them out, all right? Another thing that I was mentioning here is overcommitting to your kick. So you want to attack gradually, like kick until you get them out, okay? Do not overcommit with a long kick, because what you can do if you overcommit with the front leg, you can get switched out. So let's say if I attack with my back leg, switch me out over there when I attack with my back leg, a long kick, okay? So I'm gonna attack long kick, and she just can move out of that, all right? That's why one way to cancel those open angles is to always attack gradually in the corner. Do not overcommit, because they can switch you out right away, all right? In case you clinch, we're getting over the next part where, let's say they clinched you, right? And they're trying to get out. They're gonna try to find the open spots. Go. You always move and you cut their angles, okay? So this is one way to cut off their angles in the corner, all right? So no matter what they're trying to do, go, get out, I always cut the angle. Okay? So instead of doing this mistake where they try to go out and I kind of follow them. So if you turn with them, you are gonna end up in the corner, all right? So the solution for that is to always cut their angles. And cutting their angles comes with kicking as well, okay? Or like whenever they try to move out. So let's say I'm gonna attack you and you are gonna try to find the open spot, the open angle again, okay? Go. Well, I just did that, right? So she was trying to move out in this open angle because I was kicking with my front leg. Instead of just keep going there, I see her when she does that, and I just cut her way, and I try to keep her in the corner still. The last option I'm gonna get over is, let's say they attack, right? They are in the corner and they just need to attack in order to push you out, okay? So they create space for themselves. You can always clinch, and you can always keep them in the corner by clinching, okay? So whenever they attack, instead of me backing off, all right, attack, I will just jump in the clinch and just keep pushing her in the corner again, all right? The referee is gonna set us apart if those 5 seconds are gone, and actually can keep going again from the same position, okay? So there's a lot of matches that are gained only by doing this, by just keeping them on the edges and on the corner, which means you are very aggressive with your ring control and you are aware of the spots you are in while you're sparring. The ring control actions are pretty complex, so if you have any questions about it, feel free to let us know in the comments. This is it for today. Thanks for watching. If you like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next episode. W1 out.
you.